Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage. So in the last episode, if you will, we had a nice little test drive, and when I say little, it was very brief, but we had the truck back on the road, and if you can tell right now, the rain has stopped. So like the whole next week or so, it is supposed to be clear skies. I'm hoping we can get a good test drive under the belt of this thing, and with any luck, get it to the track. That's a big if. The only chance we're gonna have is maybe the Wednesday night test and tune, but we'll see. That's the hope. So tonight's all about getting all the stuff dialed in that we need to go to the track. First things first will definitely be our front drive shaft. We're gonna need that. This truck is not set up for a two-wheel drive trip down the strip. Really, even with the drag radials, it'll probably just blow them off if we tried to launch it, 20 or 25 pounds of boost at the line. So we're going to take care of that first, get that thing in. Pretty simple process. All the U-joints on the drive shaft are fine. We will do the modifications to it later. We're really not going to probably wear that thing out with as much as we're going to be able to use it. I mean, I have high hopes for here the last 2 months of the season, if you will. The only problem with that is it is also hunting season, so I'm going to be torn between the two, that's for sure. So anyhow, we're going to take care of that front drive shaft, then we're going to move into the cab of the truck. So what I would like to do is start patching these holes, but as you can see, there is a piece of metal over top of the actual firewall itself, another piece of insulation or whatever it is. It's sheet metal with shit behind it, as you can see right here. So we're gonna have to try and rip that off. I have absolutely no idea how that's gonna go. I'll put the heat gun to it and try and peel it back. Gonna have to get rid of this thing. Spot weld here, spot weld there. Anyway, we'll get rid of that. We'll try and patch these holes. I don't know if we're going to weld them all the way around because there is still this insulation inside the cab, and we still have little miscellaneous stuff like that. So we might just kind of tack things in place so that way we have them, started. Try and keep the smell and the noise out a little bit more. Up here, what I'm going to do, I don't know if it'll be tonight, but eventually I'm going to remove the cowl and figure out a way to kind of seal that off from the rest of the cab. So we can still, pull our wiring if we have to and all that. I mean, we might even resort to duct tape on it. And honestly, if we don't get this done, that's probably what we'll do here too. But that's what our game plan is. We're going to get started and we'll knock these studs off while we're in here with the grinder getting rid of this thing. So that's kind of the plan. This thing's just about there. That front drive shaft's really the big... Well, it's not even big, but that's really the only thing that we need to go down the track, other than a good test run with the truck, make sure all our leaks are, make sure we don't have any leaks, I should say, which we don't have any leaks, I'm sure of it. But anyway, get that thing in there, make sure everything's good, and just run the truck, warm it up, and we certainly need an oil change. So we'll take care of all that the next time we have the truck out. But for tonight, let's get to throwing this drive shaft in and working on that interior. So I got the drive shaft out and the outer plate, if you will. I guess it's just a sound deadener. The glue is pretty thick, so I think that is part of the whole sound deadening, mechanism. Anyhow, a little heat gun action and a scraper, I can get some of that off. So I'm gonna keep doing that. hopefully expose all our holes. Maybe we will get a couple pieces welded in tonight. I certainly don't think we'll get it done, but we are well on our way. Not that that weighed much, but every ounce counts, right? So as you guys can see, it is bright out again. It is the next day. This little piece of sheet metal I pulled out and all the glue definitely took a lot of my time last night. By the time I got done, looked at my phone and said, oh shit, it's a school night. I gotta go to bed. I just got into it, but I did get the firewall pretty well cleaned up. So with the heat gun and the scraper, I got it pretty well cleaned off. There's still a little bit of residual. A wire wheel might take that off, I don't know, but for right now my plan is to try and make little patch panels. Like right here, I'll probably just do a big square or something, but just something to put up there. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do for now is just put some tacks on there and just tack them in place so we can keep the majority of this stuff out. So this winter, when we have more space, pretty much on the other side of the firewall, we can do it right and just make nice pieces and blend everything and make it look like one solid piece. Now I say this winter when we have more room, because same as last winter, I'm planning on pulling the engine and having the engine done this winter, but I talked a lot about that last year and nothing ever happened. So I'm hoping this year we actually go through with it. Try and get a little bit of a seal, enough that I'm not getting the smoke fumes from the hood stack as soon as I was before, and also make it look good. So if we do go through tech at the track and they look at it, they'll say, hey, there's no holes in the firewall. So that's the plan. I'm going to grind everything up, make a couple plates, and we'll tack them in, see how everything looks. All right, so I got most of the holes in the firewall tacked up. I still have this one here to do. That's where my ground was there at the end, but everything's just tacked up. I did blow a hole in it here, but I don't want to weld everything solid because I think this is all going to come off eventually, and we will do nice pieces so that we make this all look like one piece of sheet metal. Also, I'm also thinking about cutting this down, just making a nice slant piece here. I don't know what the future holds for it, but this will do what we need it to do, I hope. It should block a lot of fumes. I will fix this the next time we're working on the truck, but everything's looking good. This thin sheet metal is certainly not my forte. I don't really care for doing it, but it's something that has to be done, so we do it. So anyway, guys, we got the front drive shaft in. We got these holes plugged. We will try and run the hood stack the next time we take this thing out for a test drive. It is supposed to be nice the next few days, so we should get a good test drive on this thing and see if we have any leaks and all that, and then we're good for the track. We're just figuring out our issues and taking care of them, and I think we got them taken care of for the most part. A couple little things to do, but I think we're good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrenching on your truck.